Hey guys, and welcome to a new movie review. And my head just a little bit, just had a little bit of a surgery. It's fine, but yeah, I got something removed in the up here. But we'll talk about it later. It's gonna come up later in the video. At the end, you'll see. It's a if you didn't know, I have there's a reason I got something in my head removed. You'll see later. This is called foreshadowing. But yeah, without further ado, we're doing Scanners today, if it wasn't obvious by the title. This is a movie that I didn't know anything about, didn't even know the movie existed until like, oh, showing Scanners at Elma. Cool. I have not seen this movie. Didn't know anything. There's always movies, I don't know every single movie out there. There's always tons of movies I've never heard of, and this is one of them. And it looks cool watching the show. I'm like, yeah, it looks like a type of movie I would enjoy. I went, saw it. I partaked in this movie, and I enjoyed it. It's fine. It wasn't like I was shouting like, oh my god, this is so amazing. Like, it's a fine movie. I enjoyed it. For what it is, I enjoyed it. So it's about this guy, who we find out in the beginning he was captured by these guys. And I'm gonna be honest, if I forget names, all the names of any of them, because any of them, if not all of them, because this movie was a couple weeks ago, and certain movies I know the names, because it's like, if it's the characters in the name of the movie, I just say certain ones do remember the names, certain ones I don't, sorry for that, but this one was like, yeah, it's hard to remember every movie and every character's name. I'm not that versed in it, but this is me about this guy who gets kidnapped by, he's a knight. Molly does something to this girl who says something about him, because he can kind of like, it seems like he can read a thoughts or something, we don't know yet. They find out that he gets captured, and he goes away and gets captured, and these guys kind of help him, and he was like, hey, this guy is a good guy, or kind of like, I'm trying to get people who are called scanners, you are a scanner, a person who can read people's mind. Also, for the record right now, I just forgot, I'm going into talking about the movie, so there were spoilers, keep that in mind if you want to go forward. I don't know when spoilers happen, because I don't know what is spoilers to you, so once I start talking about the movie, it is in full is spoiler territory, just keep that in mind for my reviews. So he walks with this government guy, who's actually not a bad guy. He actually does kind of care for him, and kind of like does want him and the other, he finds somebody else later, but yeah, he wants him to be, yeah, he does care. He does like, you're not really a bad guy, you kind of mistreated, kind of like, I would say kind of like, maybe I almost want to say like mutants, or like a type of, scanners, so like bad people. They're not, some of them are, some of them aren't. But he takes him to go find this other guy who's like the big bad guy of the movie, and eventually he has to go and stop him, and eventually we go through the movie, and eventually he meets this girl, he meets some other guys in the movie, does some fighting, some shots, and he kills some guys. He eventually meets this girl he really likes and tries to save her, and then they get brought up back into the place. The guy who brought him in, the doctor, he dies. Because one of the guys, the bad guy who is actually, I don't know, he's not a scanner, but he works for the guys, the other guys who want to do a company. He's not a scanner, but he works for them, and he works for the company. That the good guy is kind of, I guess, the good guy base, and he's like, oh, I'm triggering everybody because I have a high command, so I can just trigger everybody, like, do what I say, do these evil things that kind of are wrong, and you shouldn't be doing it, but do it, because I'm the boss, and you got to listen to me. Then he gives the guy, go kill the scanners, the two cannons eventually get out of there, and he, I think, eventually dies at some point. But then they eventually do get to a final confrontation with the bad guy at the end, and then eventually he uses his mind thing and gets the bad guy, and kind of like, you think he's dead because the girl wakes up, comes in, finds the one person dead. He's like, oh, here's the other guy who seems to be, I think he looks like the bad guy, but he has the other guy's mind inside, so it's like either both of the minds or something. I think that's where it ends, like with both of the minds inside him. I don't know, it is, I can't remember that's what happens, if there's more. I think that's where it ends, but it was actually really good, had a lot of violence, and some cool scenes with like heads explode and stuff. It is wild, it is cool, it's not like super wild, it is wild when like you see some of the heads explode, and not a couple parts like that, but it's not like throughout the time, it was wild, but there are like scenes that are wild. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty cool, and the violence is cool, and like, really cool. Really enjoyed it. Where do I rate this? I'm definitely like a solid, I'm gonna give it a 7. I think it's not bad. 7's not bad. It's still a good movie and one I would check out. You should check out. I think it's in the checkout level. Yeah, I give it a nice 7. Not bad. Not like my favorite or anything, but it wasn't bad. I'm glad I saw it. Had some cool stuff in it. I liked it. But it wasn't like one of my more favorites, but one I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah, cool movie. So, without further ado, in about a couple seconds, somebody gonna be coming through that door right there. It's gonna pop up there, come through the door, pop up, whatever, right there in about a couple seconds, and now.
Epic it begins. You are going to join me, or I'm gonna have to kill you. If I, Scanner, I am going to kill you.
Go ahead, try it.
Wait a minute. Why is it not working? The game's... Tell me why it's not working right now. Convince me I should be killing you. Your head's exploding, me in pieces right now. Tell me what's going on.
You wanna know how that didn't work on me? Well, let's explain it. If you don't know, I pulled a shadow at the beginning of the video, then I got something removed from my head. It removed my brain. And if you think about it, like how, you got your brain removed, okay, that's totally possible. But how are you alive? How are you walking and talking and doing all stuff without a brain? Cause I am a reanimated corpse just for a little bit until this thing with the scanners over, cause if you don't know anything about scanners, they can't get your brain if you don't have any. So I'm a reanimated corpse right now. I look really nice because obviously I just took my brain out. It's only going to be for not that long, maybe a couple hours, so I'll be fine. I'll look totally normal. You wouldn't know, but I am a reanimated corpse. And, okay, you think that covers everything. No, it's not. You probably think, why'd you take your brain out of the first place? Because I knew, like I said, I knew he was coming, a scanner. If you don't know, what does a scanner look like? Why does he look like me? Well, because that is not just any scanner. It is obviously a clone, because if you don't know, I cloned them a couple times, and one of them happened to get power like a scanner. So I just called him a scanner. I'm like, okay, I saw scanner. I'm like, okay, you have scanner powers. So, yeah, you're a scanner. And obviously, I'm broke and, evil and like they all do. Always going to be one at least that goes evil, if not more. So he's the one he wants to get revenge on me. And that, I think, covers everything, right? Covers it all. Covers all the bases. Let's get back to it. Let's get back time in, I guess, for this. And let's finish this. So now you guys all get your explanation. And this makes a ton of sense. It's not just something I made up on the fly, because why would that happen? I would never do that. Actually, it's true. And we're going to deal with it. So yeah, is that good enough?
I can't in mind if you can tell the truth, since I obviously can't right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to believe you so since I am a clone, I am evil, and I'm trying to do the thing you said about me, Cool. I'm gonna believe that. So yeah, I believe it.
Take a reanimate corpse does mean I have powers. I know all kind of shit. Let me cry. Even though I'm not really, I know a little bit about some psychic stuff, some magic. Let's cry some of this. On you, let's see if it works. I'm kind of lusty.
What are you doing?
Maybe it was a little too much. Okay. That was definitely, that's a little too much. So, he's dead. I mean, kind of, probably still bullet brains. I was thinking I was kind of using my bullet brains out. I guess this works too, but, okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to take him later and add him to the pile of other clones, but, after life, yeah, I'll take him and put him with other clones. But yeah, you guys watch, you guys can always stay up and see you next week, guys. Bye.